if there was some sort of an incentive for us to avoid any bit of a huge controversy or just any kind of an incident within the IWC or the WWE games community itself, we would never get a thing because we have another, I repeat another, because this is like the gazillionth one. We have another controversy, and this one is actually kind of funny and depending on how you look at it, but players are pretty much calling out the 2K devs. Specifically, they're really targeting at Cornell, because if you saw my video from yesterday, which if you haven't, you should go ahead and check that out, I briefly mentioned that 2K started dropping Season 3 teasers. And so what they did, they dropped the Kane 01 screenshot teaser. And so people have pretty much been pondering, what theme song will he have? Which, by the way, timestamps in the description below, because we're just going to go ahead and jump into it. They were wondering, like, what theme song would he have? People are asking for Slow Chemical. I even saw Status. That's how I first saw it. I saw Status replying to Cornell, and he was like, Slow Chemical. And Cornell responded with, no, because Kane didn't use that theme song in that time. And so Status told him, like, well, Kane started wearing this attire that year when he started using the song, so why not rename him to Kane 02? And so Cornell responded with, he also wore it at the 01 Royal Rumble, so that's why he's Kane 01. Which, I gotta say, allow me to pivot for a moment. I honestly don't have a huge problem with this, because if you want to just specifically use it as this is the Kane 01 Royal Rumble model, then okay, fine, no Slow Chemical. But if you were to put it as his theme song, nobody would be upset. Yes, it would be slightly inaccurate unless you rename him to Kane 02 like Status said. But no. So, keep in mind, Cornell said that we're not going to do this because it's Kane 01 and he didn't use that theme song until the following year. Last night, 2K dropped another Season 3 teaser. This time it was for WCW Rey Mysterio, or specifically his name was in WCW, Rey Mysterio Jr., and it was his Wild Animals gimmick. And he didn't wear a mask, but for some reason 2K gave him a mask, and so the internet has exploded. Everybody is just on Cornell's ass. He responded and reposted it, and now everybody is just going at him like, you were just telling us yesterday that Kane 01 couldn't have Slow Chemical because it wasn't accurate. Then today you have Rey Mysterio Jr. and he's wearing a mask on an attire that he didn't wear a mask for. And so my opinion on the whole situation is, if you really do want to stand on it and die on this hill of we need to be as historically accurate as possible, I feel like a theme song would be the least thing to be concerned with compared to how the actual character looks. Don't get me wrong, you want to have the theme song as accurate as possible. I 100% get that. But you literally gave this man a mask that he did not wear at this point in time. That is even worse. That's way worse than you giving somebody a theme song that was incorrect off by a year? I mean, it's not like y'all don't already do that with Kane to begin with. Kane was still, like, I can't think of which model that's always in the games each year. Is it the 07 or 08? It's one of those models, and people do point it out every year of, like, he wasn't using this theme song at that time. So when it's a theme song that the people aren't requesting, it's okay for it to be inaccurate. But when it's a theme song that everybody wants, now all of a sudden, no, we need to be accurate. And the status is saying that the song is already in the files, because guess what? You know why it's in the files? It is tied to a Kane persona card in MyFaction. You want Slow Chemical? Okay, go ahead and open up their wallet. Go ahead and get ready to gamble. You see what I mean? And it's just sincerely the stupidest thing to me, because 2K just keeps putting themselves in this predicament. I don't understand why you just can't simply do this, why you just can't simply give us the theme song. Why does everything need to be locked in MyFaction? I shouldn't have to pay 70 plus bucks for a game, and then now all of a sudden I have to pay extra money for a small theme song? That makes no sense. And then of course you already know the community is just in a total uproar. Now I do gotta say, first off, Look, I like Cornell. I'm on record for saying this, and so I do need to say this as well. I haven't seen it. I know people have done it in the past, but nobody should be harassing this man over this because at the end of the day, it's not that deep. It's a video game. I remember when Cyberpunk 2077 came out and the launch was broken and people were sending death threats to CD Projekt Red devs and their family members. At the end of the day, a video game is never that serious. And if you think it is, you have serious issues. And that is coming from a man who just sits in a room and yaps. But don't send Cornell any sort of hate. Criticism, that's one thing, but hate, I don't condone it. But the community's reaction overall, from what I've seen, it's been a little bit funny. People have been making memes. I saw one meme. It was like Dash and Cody Rhodes, I think, or it might have been like 2014 or 2013, 2012ish Cody Rhodes, and they had like his current day face, and they kind of copied and pasted it, and it was like, this how 2K persona card. It was something like, this how 2K persona cards be, and I thought that was pretty funny. And then of course, everyone has pretty much been calling them out. They're showing that all of these other inaccuracies that are in the game, and which is funny because it's like, you cannot sit here and stress out that you don't want to give us Kane's theme song, The Slow Chemical, because it's not inaccurate. But then like for Wade Barrett, you have Wade Barrett with a theme song from a totally different year. Oh, I thought we're not supposed to do that. With a look from a totally different year. Oh my God, I didn't think we were supposed to do that. Then of course, somebody pointing out how the Raw is War, the Attitude Era Monday Night Raw is inaccurate. And again, which is even stupider, you made a whole point to sell an Attitude Era edition of the game, and one of the key arenas in the era, from that era, is not even accurate. So again, how in the hell are you going to sit up here and stress that you need to have the accurate theme song when the arenas aren't even accurate? The wrestlers themselves aren't even accurate. People are just still, again, specifically pointing out this hypocrisy, and it is kind of funny, but it's like, where's the lie? I'll tell you a joke, I won't tell you a lie. The craziest thing about it as well, I've seen people even offer 2K sort of alternative solutions about, if you for some reason, one way or another, you just specifically wanted to give Rey Mysterio a mask, then you could have given him a mask that he did wear during a similar type of attire, but just not in this 100% era. But it was still something he kind of wore a semi-mask at one point. Why didn't you just do that? And again, it's like, you can't sit here and preach to me about the game needs to be accurate, but then you can just go and completely throw something off of the rails like this. But I mean, hey, maybe I'm crazy. I think my final thoughts on the whole situation is pretty much summed up by this. If you want to do something, then stick fully by it. Don't just half-ass it or stick your foot in and then stick it out when all of a sudden it doesn't fit the narrative, or it just doesn't fit you to do the extra work. Because like I said, like all of these people have been sending the different responses. You got Wade Barrett, who's just kind of mixed matched. You got Kane 07 or whatever that has an inaccurate theme song. You got the Monday Night Raw is War arena that is inaccurate. So many different things in the game that are just totally not accurate like they should be. So what is the harm in you giving us Slow Chemical for free? What is the harm in that? Because you obviously don't really care too much if in the same breath you can go and give us an inaccurate Rey Mysterio. But I mean, hey, maybe I'm crazy, but man, if it's your first time stopping by the channel, I want you to go ahead and get that leg ready. I want you to even tune it up, do a little bit of a go ahead and get that leg ready, and then I want you to super kick, hit that sweet chin music on the like button, and then hold on, we ain't done. I want you to go ahead and grab that subscribe button. I want you to kick it. I want you to flip it, raise it on your shoulder, get them into a Batista bomb position, a last ride, whatever you want to call it. And then I want you to slam that subscribe button into the mat, because we are going to get the 1, the 2, and the 3. But either way, man, your boy getting ready to sign out. Let me know your whole thoughts on the whole controversy. What do you think about it? Also, just what do you think about season 3 coming in general? Kane 01, or maybe 2K will pivot. Maybe we'll see Kane 02. Maybe they'll give us Slow Chemical. Maybe they'll even fix the Rey Mysterio Jr. Who knows? But man, let me know your whole thoughts on all of this just nonsense in the comment section below. But your boy signing out, man. Take it easy.